I'm gonna be 30 this April, and that's basically less than, my birthday is less than a month away. It's the 7th. It is now, I believe today's the 9th. So yeah, we're getting pretty close. But just like some word of advice, in terms of growth, in terms of life, in terms of challenges, evolution, all that stuff, something that I really would advise people to work with is patience, is understanding that, you know, in terms of where you are now in life, and, you know, maybe you're not where you want to be in life, maybe you have a different idea for what that would be like, you know, maybe you're growing towards that. One of the biggest things that I'd advise is patience, because I know that a lot of people definitely don't utilize patience. They don't implement it, and because of it, they end up making terrible decisions that, you know, cost them a lot of time, energy, money, you know, this and that. And just really coming from a place of understanding that with with change comes a lot of, you know, think about it this way. Where you are in life right now, it took you X amount of years to get there. Whether it was, you know, unconscious, subconscious, whatever it was, it took you X amount of years to get there. And now you're realizing that you want a new kind of change in your life. You want to experience life differently, you know, and you're not there right now. You haven't put in the work to create what it is you really believe that you want. And so you decide to start implementing that. And what's interesting is that this stuff does not change overnight. It simply does not. You know, just because you want it that bad does not mean that the subconscious mind is going to give it to you overnight. The subconscious mind will change. It just takes time. Because consider this. The subconscious mind is running 95% of our day-to-day lives. That means that we're most often on unconscious autopilot. So that means that a lot of the stuff that we've learned is just recycling itself in our day-to-day lives. And until we become aware of that and become aware of the kind of impact that that has on our lives, not a lot's going to change. So if you really want to take a nice stab at getting change done more rapidly in your life, take a look at the subconscious mind. Take a look at the belief systems that you're abiding by. It's funny because I remember when I first heard someone call belief systems bullshit, and I thought it was ironic because it's the same, you know, belief systems, BS, bullshit. It's funny. And because a lot of them just don't serve us. You know, we abide by things throughout our lives that don't serve us, you know, simply because, you know, maybe at some point in our lives we felt a certain way about ourselves, maybe because, you know, someone else felt some way about us and we decided to both subconsciously and unconsciously take it on, and because of it, it's been running the script throughout, you know, the past 10 years of our lives for whatever reason, because, you know, we didn't feel empowered enough to stand up for ourselves, to say something. The fact of the matter is that we can really do anything in life. You gotta have patience, or you don't. I really like, you know, bringing up the ultimatum of, you know, here's what happens if you don't have patience. You don't have to have patience. You could totally just not have patience, but just realize that there are consequences with not having patience in life. You know, you'll experience things depending on how you approach it. But, you know, I am now where I've wanted to be for a very long time, and I'm grateful for that. But I also realized that it took a lot of patience. It took a lot of me, you know, being honest with myself, with where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, how I wanted to be. I'm someone who experienced day-to-day severe, very, very, very severe social anxiety. I don't experience it anymore because I took care of it. And, you know, this whole aspect of honesty. What do you want your life to look like? Figure out what you want your life to look like. And if you have to, you know, separate yourself or isolate yourself from people that aren't benefiting you, that don't want the same thing as you, do it. It may be uncomfortable at first, but it'll really change the course of things. And just, you know, be patient with yourself. Realize that, okay, yeah, it took me this long to get here, and it's going to take me, you know, this long to get there. And, you know, I'm most definitely one of the most impractical people I've ever met. I take approaches to life that I do believe wholehearted in, but I know a lot of people would just kind of like shrug off as like, it's not gonna work. And it always does, because intuition, I trust my intuition. I know what I want in life, and I trust that, and I come from a place of patience and honesty and understanding, and I manifest it. So it really comes down to understanding what you want in life. And, you know, people that you associate yourself with, maybe, you know, there are people in your life that are not benefiting you because they don't feel good about themselves, and, you know, they don't love themselves, and they don't love you, and they don't want what's best for you, and so therefore they're likely holding you back. I'm not saying that's everyone, I'm just saying that it happens, it occurs more often than not. So just really do like kind of like do a self-audit, you know, figure out what it is there, and just, you know, go by that. And patience, you know, just have patience.